Yeah, so now we are at the port of Office Bay. This is the main commercial port of Namibia. So we'll quickly just drive through the port. So what we'll do is we'll take a drive or drive through the general cargo section where we handle all type of loose cargo that is not containerized, which we refer to as bulk and break bulk. So it's bulk broken down into pieces. That's why we call it break bulk. So it's the cars, it's the copper concentrate, it's the copper cathodes, copper anodes, and all other loose commodities inside the port that we handle. So this is the main entrance into the port, going to the right. So come 2026, it will look much more different. That road used to be an access road to come to the port, but now they've closed it just a month ago. So there they are constructing the new entrance gate into the port. So we'll have 6 lanes going into the port. So that will purely be for trucks entering the port. And this gate will be the gate for trucks just coming out. So this will just be purely an exit gate. So here we've got our permit office. So that's where we get our permits for anybody that wants access into the port. So in the port, you'll realize that not everybody is allowed to come into the port. So only people that are really supposed to be in the port, people that are working, clearing and forwarding agents that come in to clear cargo are allowed in the port. So you also have to have the necessary permits in place. Then we've got a port police station. This is the port police station. This is the facility belongs to the port, but it's manned by the National Police. So we've got some holding cells also in there. This is our procurement office. And that structure in front where you see the truck entering there, that's the scanning facility. So we scan, scan, not scale, but a scanning facility. So scan. We scan the content of the cargo. Yeah. So
just to
make sure whatever that you've declared on paper is indeed the content. Yeah. So that's meant
Can you do a favor quickly?
Yes.
Just can you stop and then Patrick?
Yes.
You go forward and then I think it come.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Let me come closer here so that we can do justice to the recording. Correct. It's not a demotion. He's still the chief.
So the total size of the port is 150 hectares. That includes obviously the new container terminal. We've reclaimed land from the ocean to build the new container terminal.
So does that mean you don't open? Sorry to take you back. You don't open the containers. You just scan.
We don't open the containers.
Okay.
It's just scanned. But if something looks unusual,
then you open.
Then customs would open it.
Okay.
Yeah, customs would open it. Yeah.
Okay.
Us as a port, we are not allowed to open any container. That's the duty of customs.
Is the scanning run under NAMRA? Or
NAMRA, yeah, NAMRA.
Okay. That's not the Namibia Revenue
Agency.
Yeah, yes. So this this cover, the tarpaulins that you can see there, under there we store sulfur. So the sulfur is destined for the DRC market. They use it for the copper process. Yeah. So that's the salt that I was talking about on to your left.
Yeah.
So we export about 1 million tons.
1 million tons of salt?
Of salt per annum through the port of Office Bay. So that's the biggest in terms of exports.
And you say part of it goes to Europe, right?
Part of it goes to Europe, and but majority of it goes to Nigeria, Cameroon. So this is the cold storage facility. It's a cold store. So all fish that is caught within Namibian waters is stored here. It's offloaded here, stored there. So these trucks that you can see are then transporting it inland to the respective markets Zambia, DRC. So this that you can see here used to be the old container terminal, especially this section. So now, since we've relocated all our container operations to the new container terminal, it has obviously opened up more space for us to be able to handle all other types of cargo like bulk and break bulk commodities. So this structure that you can see here on top, this is the loading arm for salt. That's a conveyor belt for loading the salt, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think, in fact, they are loading now. This is a salt vessel. They are in the process of loading. Let me just see. Oh, this is not.
So Namibia is one of the largest
Export of salt.
salt.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what they're doing with that. Now, this used to be the old container terminal.
This pile of poles is also exported away.
This is steel.
Oh, this
It's
is
a
steel.
steel structures, yeah. So steel also goes to either Zambia.
Coming from?
It comes from China. This is for construction purposes. So there's a lot of mines that are also being constructed, the extension of mines. So they use the steel. And also for Namibia, they also use so.
So you don't have steel factories here?
We don't have. We don't have factories, but we've got the raw material.
Yes, iron ore.
We've got iron ore, we've got manganese. Yeah.
But we export.
We export and then we import the finished product. Same as granite and marble.
Yeah.
Granite and marble.
Yes.
That's marble. Marble we export and we import the finished product, which is tiles.
That's the dilemma. That is the biggest
You know,
dilemma.
our
that you
president has banned that. So
Yeah.
all the marble in Uganda
Yeah.
is
Finished,
finished in Uganda. So that's a great opportunity, isn't it?
It is. And now we've also actually followed the same route. There's a lot of, we started exporting lithium. But then the president, the late, said that, okay, for further lithium exports to happen, we must at least add some value to it before we export it.
What are these white?
Marble.
It's marble. That's the
Yeah.
marble that we export
this
like
marble.
that. It's marble, yes. It's mined here in the Rongo region.
The Rongo region.
Karibe area, the Maruru area there. Yes.
So meaning there is an opportunity to set up like steel factories.
Yes,
Especially
Because
for the green
you
hydrogen.
have the raw materials.
we've got the raw materials, yes.
Especially for the green hydrogen, it needs a lot of.
Yes. And also the
And the oil
manufacturing,
and gas as well.
and also the manufacturing of tiles with these granite and marble blocks that we are sending out, just like that as raw material.
Yes. So there is marble, there is steel. We have like about
It's like fish.
we have
So
about
this is fish.
It's at work.
we have about 7 steel factories in Uganda
Wow.
doing finished products.
This is not offloading.
This is offloading. You see what happens here is that this is a fishing trawler. It goes in deep sea. It catches fish, and then on board the fishing trawler, they've got a factory on board, so they do the processing and the packaging already on board the vessel.
Yeah, that's what.
So that what they're offloading is already packaged product. So they put it on these piles. This forklift will pick it up and drive it into the cold store. So this whole building is like a big fridge.
And I see
Yeah.
trucks are connected to the storage.
Yeah.
Straight into the trucks.
Yes.
Wow. So there is a factory.
There's a
inside
factory
this.
on board
Yeah.
the vessel, yeah. So they do the processing and the packaging, everything on board. They don't offload the wet fish just like that.
Fish.
Fish, yeah.
So they froze it immediately after also. They freeze it immediately.
and that vessel now sometimes they're taking 3 months in the sea.
Yeah.
And these guys look like.
And
they
it's
just
ready
came
for
back.
export.
Yeah.
This guy looks like he just
Yeah,
came
they
back.
came
Where,
back now.
where do you export this fish?
From
Who's your
the-
best? Who's your
Like
number
they
one
go for months.
export?
In the
Who do
sea.
you export to the most?
There's the biggest consumer of Namibian fish is Spain, the Spanish market. Spain is the biggest consumer of
The guys
Namibian
go in
fish.
the water for months.
Yeah.
Wow.
To catch fish.
At least we're exporting
yeah.
a finished product.
Yes. At least.
Who's the owner of those fishing vessels?
There's
Multiple.
multiple owners, yeah, but the
Some
majority
even
of them are
Consortium of so many
consortium, but it's foreign flag fishing vessels.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
You see,
they're foreign.
yeah, every year, every 7 years, we give fishing quotas or fishing rights to local Namibians. But many of the Namibians that the rights are given to don't have the necessary equipment
Resources.
or infrastructure or resources. So they JV with the already established fishing factories, fishing companies, where they basically just give their quotas, and then these guys do everything on their behalf, and then they just get small dividends. After maybe twice a year, 500,000 Namibian dollars, 1 million, just like that.
That's peanuts. In actual
It's
fact.
peanuts.
But it's better than nothing because there's no way you're gonna pull off a vessel.
But
It's
does the government have any direct intention to start manufacturing? Is there, like, with this statistic of no steel, no marble processing plants here,
Yes.
is there, are they intentional of salvaging the situation, or is still the fact that they are relying on exporting the raw material?
No, obviously, we would want to have some value addition
Yes.
happening here in Namibia before we export. We don't just want to export just the raw material. We want to either export the finished product or at least to do some value addition to it.
Like that one. It's like to see that. You see that terminal.
That's the container terminal. We are going there.
Yeah. Okay.
So here on your left, this is now the bulk terminal. This is where we handle all bulk commodities.
coal or-
That's copper concentrate. Coal is this darker one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we handle at least
Where does that come from?
250,000 tons of copper concentrate that comes from Chile and Bulgaria. It is imported into Namibia and taken to Dundee Precious Metals. They do the melting there. So the Dundee Precious Metals smelting plant in Tsumeb is one of the best also in the world. So imagine the product comes from Bulgaria and Chile, all the way it's shipped to Namibia. It goes to Dundee Precious Metals. They add value because they convert it into like a blister, and then they send it back.
Can you record him as well when he said that? That is very important. That material that come from outside for value addition in Namibia,
Yeah.
and get back.
Yeah.
No, he has a mic.
Yeah. He has a mic.
Yeah.
He
No,
has a
I'm just,
mic.
I'd say
Yeah.
the view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously the coal is also imported from South Africa, and that goes to Nampower for power generation. So Nampower gets coal from either Morupule in Botswana, or it also imports.
And the coal that's being exploited in SA.
Yeah.
What is the total value of the port now?
Value in terms of?
In terms of the cost, what these assets? What are you?
I don't have that figure.
Yeah.
You don't have
In
that
terms of
figure.
what the value is.
So, could be in billions, eh?
Yeah.
What
I mean, we constructed the new container terminal alone at the value of 4 billion Namibian dollars.
4 billion Namibian. Only the new terminal.
Only the new terminal.
So, are you also experiencing some bit of motor vehicle exports?
Not exports, but we imported a lot of second-hand vehicles
Germany.
from the UK, and from Japan.
Okay.
So there's two forms in terms of how vehicles are imported into Namibia.
Yes.
There's on a Roro vessel, roll on, roll off. So
What's
that's
that? Sorry.
a Roro vessel, roll on, roll off. So that's on their own wheels. It's a vessel that comes, the ram opens, and the vehicle comes off on its own wheels.
Yes.
And then there's those ones that come in from
Within
in containers.
container.
So the ones that come in containers come from Japan,
Yes.
and the one that comes from
On the
that's
on the vessel.
offloaded
Yeah.
using their own
Undriven.
wheels
Yeah.
come from the UK.
Okay.
Yeah. And
But
75% of the ones that come on from their own wheels goes to Zimbabwe. 75%.
okay.
Because there's a lot of Zimbabwe nationals living in the UK.
In the UK.
So they are selling cars in Zimbabwe or sending cars over.
Yeah.
Through these ports.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
The ones that are coming from Japan, that is for the local, market. And then some also goes to Botswana and Zambia.
And Zambia, yeah.
But is it easy to export to like to Nairobi? To take my vehicle to Nairobi. Sorry, to Mombasa.
Yeah, it should be, because I mean the shipping line is the one that will make this happen. You speak to one shipping line, and then they obviously would present or give you a package in terms of how they'll give you a solution
of how they will plan to move.
Exactly. So you get a clearing and forwarding agent. The clearing and forwarding agent speaks to the shipping line, and the shipping line makes it happen.
Okay.
Oh, it's interesting.
So this facility is a fairly new facility. Since 2019, that's when we inaugurated the new container terminal. So it's fairly a new facility. This is a facility that we'll hand over shortly to the new terminal operator. So they'll be operating this new facility. I think at this point we can quickly just disembark. Sorry.
Right, so today we are Indian Ports Authority located at Walvish Bay. We're just having a tour to see what it offers. So we are at the terminal, and
In actual fact, the new terminal.
Yeah.
And you said that was over 4 billion.
Yeah, it was constructed at the facility of
At the cost
of 4 billion Namibian dollars.
Namibian dollars.
Yeah. So the facility has been operational since 2019. That's when we inaugurated the facility in August 2019. So for now, I want to take you up to the rooftop so we can have a better view of the facility.
One thing I'm taking out of this, I know so many friends that are into steel production in Uganda. We're basically gonna have to have this discussion of how best they can take advantage of this raw material.
The raw material.
Hello.
Because they import
You want me
all
to
the
sign?
raw material.
Good. I'll not stay long. Just some guests.
You can sign.
Okay.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good, good. That's lovely. You're a full Namibian.
Thank you. So we're going to the 4th floor.
Okay.
So this is the container terminal administration building. So this is where all the planning takes place. This is where they arrange which vessel comes in, which slots they have to offload containers from. So it all happens here. So all container operations basically happens in this building. So, but we'll not interrupt those ones that are doing their work.
Yeah, sure.
We'll just come here at this facility so you can have a appreciation of the operations, basically from a bird's eye view.
Oh, yeah. What a view. Yo. What a view.
So this
Here,
is,
what are they loading?
come again?
Here,
What do
it's
they
a
load
repair.
from here?
This is the repair bay.
Yeah.
The
The repair bay.
Yeah, repair bay. Yeah. So they are doing some maintenance on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phew, this is the best view of the sea.
So I don't know how far you can see. Some white mountain there.
Yeah.
That's where the salt is coming from.
The White Mountain, there's a salt company.
There's like two mountains of
So that's
white mountains
mountain,
there.
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where the
That's
salt comes from.
So,
So that's where the salt mine is. So they use to produce the salt. They just use sun and the wind. That's it.
Sun and the wind.
Sun and the wind, seawater.
produce salt.
Yes,
Just the sand and the wind.
just the sun and the wind. That's it.
But that's
To evaporate the seawater.
So evaporate.
Yeah. Then the salt remains behind. That's it.
I missed that.
To produce salt,
You know, that's how God is.
you
God
need
is
sun and the wind
Because
Just
God knew this
get-
Where do
country.
they do it?
And
to get the
it's
water
that
to
simple.
dry it.
And you can just survive on that, isn't
Exactly.
it? Hassle free.
It's like the solar energy,
Yeah.
more or less.
yeah.
Sun.
And is this a 24-hour?
Operations 24 hours. Yes.
Because I saw yesterday when we were seated at waterfront.
Yeah. Here.
When it's
There.
late at night.
There's waterfront there. That's there.
That one.
Yeah.
That's where we were yesterday.
Yeah.
Trucks were just
You guys were at anchor. So the operations inside the port 24 hours.
Yeah, yesterday we had lunch there.
Yeah.
Dinner.
Yeah.
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 These guys don't go to sleep.
24 hours operation inside the port. Our gates are not 24 hours yet. Yeah. But we are moving in that direction.
It is very organized.
Very much so.
Very
Yes.
Everything in Namibia is clean. It's clean. I like the fact that you take time to invest in processes. You
Yeah.
know, in some where we're coming from, you first do before you worry about the process. Here, everything is in a system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are these maintaining or setting up?
No, this is maintenance. This is a maintenance bay.
This is a maintenance.
Yeah. The things that broken, that whatever and so on to be fixed.
And this is job
Maintenance.
opportunities for, I believe it's contractors, external contractors.
Yeah.
Artisans.
And I like it. These are black people doing the work.
Yeah.
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 Other places you find the white saying that they are the ones with the technical ones.
They want to take
But
over.
please, Patrick, these are black people doing the work. You know? There's nothing like you have a special.
Is that a private boat?
Yeah.
Those are private.
Yeah.
You
Private.
see from far,
Yeah.
those are that are lying there for some time.
Yeah.
They went, they came back, they do processing.
We are waiting to be.
No.
No,
They're
they do processing.
just there on anchorage.
Yeah.
They're just many of the vessels you see are supply vessels. They supply the oil and gas
They
fields.
supply the
Yeah.
well and gas.
Yeah.
Oh, so they are anchoring before they land.
Yeah. They're anchoring.
For
They're
that
anchoring.
time to-
No, they don't even have to come in.
Yeah.
There are some boats here that are supplying them.
Offload.
That are supplying them with any supplies like food,
Yeah.
like fuel.
Really?
Yeah.
So they are just children.
They are just there. They don't have to come in because if you come in, when you come alongside, we charge you. So it's better for you to be there. You can do crew changes while you're also there.
So they rather have a small fee of transporting whatever
Yes,
they need to.
yes.
Nice.
Mm.
But once they are parked there, you don't charge them anything.
No, we don't charge them anything. Yeah, no. When they come into the port limits, we charge them because crew changes and bunkers are only done within port limits. So you come in for a certain period
Quickly go out.
and quickly go out.
It's an interesting process.
But this
In the water.
is very limited. This is the bigger one is deep
I've
in
seen
the sea.
Hamburg.
Yeah.
I've been in Hamburg
Yeah.
and it's also massive.
Yeah. And everything in Hamburg is automated guided vehicles. They don't have people in their vehicles. Cranes and the vehicles that they use to transport containers within the terminal. It's all electric.
All
There's no-
automated.
yeah.
Automated.
I was there last year.
The port is even bigger than the airport.
Yeah.
So it's more busy.
Yeah.
I was asking somebody as well way back in terms of why is our airport so small?
Yes.
And the guy is a black guy as well. He was saying to me, what is small to me? What is a relative small to you? So I said that now I'm looking at Pika Airport, and we're getting into London, you get to Frankfurt, you get wherever and so on. I say that now, what is it that we cannot handle? And then I start getting and say, okay, it's making sense. It's not the size what matters, the efficiency that matters.
The handling.
The handling, yeah. So I say, okay,
The
sorry.
capacity.
It's not a space.
No, it's really surprised me. Really surprised me.
Oh wow, this is nice.
And the mere fact that you extended and bringing the new terminal, it's talking to the growth and demand.
Yeah. You know, for us, we, especially in the port industry, you need to be ahead of demand. So we foresaw that there would be a lot of demand for port services within the region. That's why we made the decision to construct a new container terminal to expand our
Capacity and
capacity and
capability.
capability, basically. Yeah.
And that takes vision, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that
It's
takes
leadership.
vision because, I mean, you're operating at 200,000 containers a year,
Yes.
but you are equipped for 1 million
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
containers
Exactly.
a year. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
You want
on,
to
anybody-
lose
So
it.
when the growth comes in, it's not going to put stress
Yeah.
on your rate in terms of the facility that
Yes.
you have.
Yes.
So you can accommodate the growth.
Yes.
Say you reach, say, 700. But already now you start planning to get
Again.
again.
And in fact, there's already plans to extend.
Yeah.
The plans are already available.
yeah,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah. The plans are already available to extend.
Yes.
So once this facility is now full, the new operator is compelled to expand. Yeah. And the plans are already there. We just give them the master plan. This is the plan. This is what you can do. Please.
As forecast planning.
That's good. How much more employment will that create? I mean, I'm sure you already created quite a bit of employment.